Welcome to John's Corner, where our star reporter Jonathan always lands on his feet. He's a hard-hitting reporter who isn't afraid to throw a punch or to take one. He's always investigating the issues that others shy away from, uncovering even the biggest of scandals, while learning every secret he can. Here on John's Corner.
What's up, Blue Wave Nation, and welcome back to John's Corner, the first episode of 2022. Let's hope this year's better than 2020 and 2021. But I figure enough time has passed since No Way Home that I can talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm not really gonna deep dive into spoiler territory. I mean, hasn't everybody seen the movie already? Hell, I've seen it 3 times. But I do want to talk about what the future of the MCU would look like if I was in charge. Because there's so many possibilities of places to go. So there will be light spoilers for No Way Home and Hawkeye, if you haven't seen Hawkeye. But for starters, let's just get it out of the way. We all know what's happening. But we got Andrew Garfield Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man back. And I rewatched all the Spider-Man movies before this one came out because, we all knew what was happening. We all knew what was coming. Nobody was really that in the dark. But I just wanted to rewatch them, and I forgot how much I actually liked Amazing Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield. And I said this back then. The villains weren't the best, but they really redeemed the villains in this. But he was the best Spider-Man. He had the punning down. He had the fun. He really does feel like 616 Spider-Man. So we got them back, and it was amazing. It was the whole audience cheered. Woo! It was awesome. We got Daredevil back. We even got, and I even speculated this would happen, that Andrew Garfield would save MJ by diving, just like he couldn't do for Gwen, and they did it, and it was so much more emotional than I thought it was gonna be. Andrew Garfield carried that emotion, man. He stole almost every scene he was in. It's insane. And the ending of that movie was so fucking sad. But like I said, we're not really gonna talk about spoilers of that. I want to talk about the future. The other thing is Daredevil was in it, Matt Murdock, and clearly he's already established as Daredevil. Caught the break out of nowhere. It was fucking awesome. And meanwhile, over in the Hawkeye show, Kingpin showed up. Yes, at the end of the episode, he got shot, but it's right out of the comics. He survived in the comics, he'll survive on this. They didn't bring him back just to kill him off in one episode. That did not happen. So, does that mean the Netflix shows are canon, or does it just we rebooted it with those actors still? I hope it's canon. I hope they just bring everything back. Just bring everything back. Because if you bring the Netflix shows canon, then that means Runaways becomes canon. It means Cloak and Dagger becomes canon. It brings all of those shows in too. And those were great shows. Those shows were so fun. And then, we already got Agent Carter as canon because of Endgame. So the only thing that would still be up in the air is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I know people are like, oh my god, Hawkeye's girlfriend is Agent 19, that's Mockingbird, so it proves that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't canon, to which I say, fuck off, you're a loser. You have nothing better to do with your life? Fuck you. It's canon. It's canon until I say otherwise. I don't know why I have any authority on the issue, but I loved Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was such a fun show. Especially the first 5 seasons were perfect. The last 2 seasons, alright, I'll grant you it's a little harder to fit it into the continuity, but by golly gee Whitticles, we'll do it. We'll make it work. Don't care. I love that show. All those shows, it's all connected. They should all stay connected. Stop rebooting things just to reboot things. Stop it. Anywho, so if everything's game again, which is what it seems like, then there's so many places to go. We could get a Daredevil season 4. We could get Daredevil and Echo meeting, which they should. There's a lot of fun to be had. But the greatest part is that since No Way Home's come out, there's been speculation of a Spider-Man 4 for Tobey Maguire, Amazing Spider-Man 3 for Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland supposedly signed on for a new trilogy. Supposedly Andrew Garfield's also in the Morbius movie that keeps getting delayed, which would be awesome. So I was thinking, what should those next trilogies look like? What should the follow-up movies for these characters look like? Right? Like, let's dive into that. Let's speculate on what the future of Spider-Man could be. We'll start with Tom Holland Spider-Man. The next movie, so we've already established JJ in this universe as kind of an asshole. He's kind of a villain, and he's not above creating stories. So let's take some pages out of the old Stan Lee comics and have JJ be the mastermind villain. He created Scorpion. He paid for Scorpion to become a character so that he could fight Spider-Man. He didn't mean for him to become a villain that got out of his control, but let's do that. He also helped fund the Spider Slayers. So we've already established Scorpion in this movie. Why not have Scorpion and the Spider Slayers be Spider-Man 4's big bad? I think that'd be kind of cool. The fifth movie, fight the Hobgoblin, Ned Leeds. Obviously doesn't know who Peter Parker is anymore. I think it'd be fun. Peter knows that this is his best friend growing up, but the best friend doesn't know who he is, and you could just play with the emotion of that. It would be so dark and twisted. Oh, and in the Spider Slayer one, you give him the Eddie Brock symbiote. You give him the Venom symbiote that was left in Mexico by Eddie Brock, and so he ends up as a black suit Spider-Man at the end of 4. All of 5, when he's fighting Ned Leeds, he's a black suit Spider-Man, and he kills Ned Leeds. Dark, right? So then the ending of it is him getting rid of the costume. You also have the whole Eddie Brock thing going on. So at the end of the credits and the post-credit scene, so the post-credit scene of that movie, Eddie Brock becomes Venom. So then Spider-Man 6, we meet a young Miles Morales, or we could even meet him in 5, and he helps Peter Parker realize he's going too far on the dark side. And he gets rid of the symbiote and ends up on Eddie Brock. So in the 6th movie is Peter Parker and Eddie Brock trying to stop Venom, and MJ dies. He has to save MJ. And no, MJ doesn't die. He dies saving MJ. Tom Holland dies saving MJ. So that sets up Miles Morales as the new Spider-Man moving forward. There's that universe. I think it'd be cool. Andrew Garfield's one, you give him Kraven the Hunter. You have Andrew Garfield fight Kraven the Hunter. I think it'd be fun. You've already established that Andrew Garfield is a darker Spider-Man. He's gone through things. So you don't just have him fight Kraven the Hunter though. You do Kraven's Last Stand. You have Kraven defeat Andrew Garfield, bury him alive, defeat the one villain Andrew Garfield Spider-Man couldn't beat, and then kill himself. It's dark, it's twisted, it's beautiful. That's the next Andrew Garfield movie. It'd be fun. Then after that, since that wouldn't be so dark and gloomy, you have a more lighthearted one where he meets Spider-Gwen from another universe. I mean, come on, that's the obvious way to go. He found out there's other universes. Gwen's alive. Why not give him that? And then for Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, we've already established him and MJ are still married. They made it work. You have this movie. You give him one final movie, but you set up his daughter as Spider-Girl. Be fun. You could then have 3 different universes going 3 different routes. You could do Into the Spider-Verse live action with Andrew Garfield as that character, that Spider-Man. He's the one fighting for the multiverse, fighting Morlun and his family and the Spider Totems and all that. That could all be Andrew Garfield's character. He could carry the multiverse flagship. He has no personal life. We've already established that. There's nothing holding him to his dimension. So have him untethered. Have him hopping around doing things. Have him be a major player in the coming multiverse series. Tobey Maguire, you pass on the torch to Spider-Girl. It'd be fun. And Tom Holland, you give him a trilogy. Make it emotional, make it everything we want it to be, and then you kill him off and you pass the torch to Miles Morales. That's how you move forward. Like, that's my idea. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But I think those would be fun stories. I'm excited, man. It's so fun, and to see Daredevil back, I'm so, oh my God, I want a conclusion to the Luke Cage story. Luke Cage ended up as the villain in the last season of Luke Cage. Iron Fist and the Night Nurse, Rosario Dawson, we're gonna save him from himself. Let's finish that storyline. Let's save Luke Cage from himself. Let's give Luke Cage and Jessica Jones a happy ever after. Let's do a Heroes for Hire TV show. Let's do some of this stuff. What do you have to lose? Yeah, people didn't like Iron Fist. Who fucking cares? People whine all the time. People didn't like Andrew Garfield, and now they love him. Sometimes you got to tell them what they want because they don't know. They just like to complain. It would be amazing. Spectacular. Alright, those are some ideas I have for the future of the series and where it should go, where I think it should go, where I think it'd be fun to go. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Just before we finish, Hawkeye was amazing. It's so Christmassy, and yet not. It's such a great show. You should definitely check it out if you haven't seen it yet. I can't get over. We went a whole year without any Marvel movies, without really any Marvel stuff coming up. We went a whole year without any Marvel movies, without any shows, without anything. And then we started last year with WandaVision, one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. And we ended it with No Way Home and Hawkeye. Last year was amazing as a Marvel fan. And I cannot wait to see what this year brings. I'm beyond excited. But I'm Jonathan. If you don't already do it, please follow me on Instagram at Goodheinz, Gutheinz. That's also my Twitter handle. Also have at Blue Roof Films, at the Uncanny Fans, and at Clean Jeans. Follow us on Facebook at Blue Roof Productions. Check us out on BlueRoofProductions.com. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to our other YouTube channel, Blue Roof Productions, where we do skits. And I really hope this year's better for all of us. Give us legends.